Motivators family. I am Marlene Motivates, and I am your life coach. And I welcome you to today's stream and topic. Today's topic is fight to fly. And we're going to talk about a way that we can fight for our dreams to come true. And until we believe that our dreams are worth fighting for, until we believe that we can do things, nothing is going to shift in our life. And on this channel, we always talk about mindset shifting and how very important it is to first start off with our mindset. So, as we start this discussion and podcast today, I want to welcome you to bring your mind into a positive space and to start speaking to yourself and speaking over yourself and your life. I am deserving and I have the potential to fight for what I want. We all need these sort of reminders on a day-to-day basis because we each go through things and we each need to know that I'm worth it. You need to be reminded of that today. If nobody has not told you on today, you are worth fighting for. You are worth putting in all of the work to make your dreams come true. So fight for whatever it is that you want. How can we do this? We're going to fight for our dreams. And we first have to do that by giving ourselves the permission and speaking it into existence. I am worth fighting for. What is it that you're worth fighting for? You're worth having the positive mindset. You're worth the time. You're worth the energy. You're worth the space. You are worth it just because you exist. And I want to validate each and every one of my queens and my kings, motivators, and tell you that you are worth fighting for. Hi, Garden of Inspiration. How are you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Hi, Wellness. Welcome. If you guys could hit the like on coming in, I'd really appreciate it. I hope everybody's doing amazing. So I'm going to start off today's discussion by saying a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt to get us on the right track for this conversation. Eleanor Roosevelt says, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Okay? And that's one of the things that we definitely have to continuously work on doing. And we have to continuously working on doing and fighting for the beauty in our dreams. And I want you all to know that your dreams and your thoughts are beautiful. Yes, you finally caught a live. I'm so glad. I welcome everybody who is in the audience. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So just repeating this statement, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams, a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. Do you believe in the beauty of your dreams? Do you believe that you are worth fighting for? Many of us did not get that sort of positive talk and aspiration that I am worth fighting for. No matter what you have been through, no matter how much money you have in your pocket, you are worth fighting for. Hey, Easted, how are you doing? Welcome in. A happy Wednesday to you and to all my motivators family. You are worth fighting for. You are worth dreaming for. You are worth striving for and achieving. And oftentimes we do not feel like we are worth fighting for because we only are thinking of our present and current situation and who supports us and what does my financial means look like. You are not the product of your current status, what you have monetarily. You are worth it just because you exist, just because you have something to do and to be. And I believe 100% that every single one of us has potential inside of us. You have the potential inside of you. So I want to tell you today to fight for your dreams, to go after whatever it is that you want. Because if you don't believe in fighting for your dreams, there's nobody who's going to do that for you. You are the one that has to say, I believe in fighting for me. I'm worth it. I'm a quality woman. I'm a quality man. I can do great things. And a lot of times, family, friends, social media, or maybe even within our own self, we kind of take that and we don't allow ourselves to launch our dreams. We may have some thoughts in our head. I wish I could do this and I wish I could do that, but we do not let it go any further than that. Just a mere thought, but we don't let it sit and marinate inside of us and say, you know what? This is what I'm thinking about doing. What I want to do is more than just a dream, is more than just a thought. It's something that I can be. It's a part of me. And I want you all to know that. Take whatever your dreams are and use them as your rocket fuel. Use that as your motivation and your encouragement. This is what I want to do, and this is where I want to go. And then you have to start making some plans on how I can fight to flight, okay? Fight for whatever it is that you want. And I have to say this from the beginning of this discussion. You have to, when you want to do something, you want to achieve a goal, if you're trying to go after, something that you're gifted at, you have to be careful of who you put in your space. Hey, Miss Lynn, how are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing amazing. You have to be careful of who you surround yourself by, because it's the reason why we can't elevate and we can't experience personal growth in our life. Because if you have people that are the crabs in the barrel and they're going to try to take you down, you'll never get anywhere when you have people in your life that are just grabbers, grubbers, controlling, manipulative takers. If you don't have people in your life to say, this is your time, go for it, I'm here to support you, what do you need from me? So it means that the people around us are not going to change and shift. We have to change our attitude and outlook towards them. Hey, Miss Tamika, how are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing well this Wednesday. We have to change our outlook towards how we deal with people, because we can't fight for our dreams when you have people who are pulling and taking from you, the ones that are like, oh, you can't do that, or that didn't work out. Remember, you tried that before. You have to have positive people in your life. And if you don't have them, you have to draw yourself away from those toxic people, the people who are not conducive to your personal growth. You have to have the confidence and you have to have a support system. And it does not have to be your family, quote unquote. It could be anybody. I found that the people who help me to fight to flight, to get to my next level and my next dreams, are people that don't know me. Most of the time, it's a stranger. It's somebody that we don't know that will pour into you, that will give to you, that will support you and encourage you more than your own blood. So that's just a caution and warning. Stop waiting and expecting the ones that will not change, that don't want to change, and the ones that unfortunately they don't want to see you win. And it's a sad reality, but it is very true. A lot of individuals that will be right in front of our face talking about they love us and they care about us, they don't want to see you succeed. They only want you to be on their level or lower. But when you start elevating, they get jealous of it. They don't like it. They don't want you to get better and do better. But this is where you have to know yourself. You have to know what you're trying to benefit in your life. You have to know where you're trying to go and grow, and then fight for it. So let's get into some points of today's discussion about fighting for your dreams, fighting to flight. Okay. So just think about the word dream, everybody. Think about the word dream. And I think it's interesting when you think about the experiences you have when you sleep. Okay. And you awaken a lot of times still thinking about that dreams. So a lot of times we interpret our dreams that we have in our sleep, and we talk very excited with family, with friends, with strangers about the dreams and what they mean. But we have to have the conscious dreams, the dreams that we have, and it's real. It's not just something that we close our eyes and we think about, and then you wake up, it's fake, it's not real. We have to take what we want, and then how do I turn that into what I want, into making it my reality? Whether it's whatever it is, whether it's starting your business, whether it's, walking away from your 9 to 5 job, whether it's just being a healthy, happier person, learning and having the right tools to be able to have the life of your dreams. And it doesn't have to be all of these things and material possessions. For me, fighting to flight takes on the connotation of I want to have better and be better than past generations, my past ancestors, the ones that really didn't have it, you know, being able to speak up, being an advocate, speaking up for yourself and saying, I don't want to do this. That's not for me. Or I've outgrown that relationship. Fight to flight means being your best self and allowing yourself to spread your wings and understand when it's time to walk away from certain people, from spaces. And I want to give that to you all. Often, many of us did not get that sort of permission to grow. We kind of seen, okay, maybe your parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles, people around you or in your community, they did certain things, and that was the acceptable thing to do. And I want you all to know that just because it may not be normal, or we may not understand, or we don't understand the conditions, how do I get to my next level? It doesn't mean that it can't happen for you, because that's something for me right now. As I'm talking to you, I'm making my dreams a reality. And that's something very exciting when you take something that you wrote down on paper. This is what I want to do. And this is another thing I want to do. I have all of these goals, but I'm taking those goals and troubleshooting and coming up with a plan and surrounding myself by the right people that's going to help me to make that a reality. I want to say to everybody, part of making your dreams a reality is, hi, how are you, Shaggy girl, Shanky girl? Welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. If you're new here, please hit the like. I hope you're having an amazing Wednesday. So that's one of the things that I think is so important, um, for us to be able to speak things into existence, to not be afraid to make changes and to be different. And that was a roadblock for me before, because I had never seen my in my community people who look like me, people who maybe didn't have much in their bank account, or people that didn't have a lot of education. Shift that and turn it around. You don't have to have a lot of intellectual capacity. You don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to have a big support group. All it takes is an inner fire. It takes a fire from inside to say, I want better than what my parents, my aunts, my uncles, the people in my community. I want better for my future. I want better for future generations. I want to break the chains of drama, of lack of communication. I want to do what other people who came before me did not have the courage to do. So it means that we have to be strong motivators. And I want to encourage every single one of you that is fighting for change in your life. It's not easy. It's very easy to repeat the cycles. And I don't want for us to repeat cycles, okay? Thank you so much, Shanky girl. Um, let's see. Hey, Metro, how are you? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And that's one of the things that we have to continuously work on is being positive and encouraging ourself. Okay? Encourage yourself. Be encouraged, motivators. It's not going to be easy. I remember when I first started off on my journey of fighting to live my life, it was really hard. It was really hard. And people will laugh at you. People think it's funny that you say you've changed, because a lot of times people don't believe that you've made change when you've been a certain person or you've done things for a while. But I know for me, I have become brand new. I'm not asking anybody. I'm saying it from what I know. I know I'm brand new because I have confidence that I never had before. I have strength. I have courage. I face my fears. Okay? Yes, good afternoon to all of my motivators family. Welcome in, everybody. And I say that to you all. Do you have a strength that you never had before? Are you encouraged? Do you have this sort of get up and go, this resiliency? Well, I applaud each and every one of you. I applaud you for your strength, for your resilience, and for your courage, because it's not easy to fight for your life. And that's just what we do. If a person has never had to literally fight for their life, this discussion will go right over your head. I'm talking to the people who have had to fight to live, in one way or another. Fight because you've had a physical ailment, or because somebody has put your life in jeopardy, or you've dealt with verbal, physical, sexual, financial, relationship, all sorts of losses, all sorts of pain, all sorts of hurt. This is about allowing yourself to whatever it is that you have been through in your life. All of the people who have disappointed you, the people who have used and abused you, people who have taken from you, people who have hurt you, disappointed you, talked down to you, told you you were nothing. This topic is for you, because I was one of those persons. Don't think that just because I am the person that I am now, and I smile and I'm positive, don't think that Marlene has not had to fight. I've had to fight. Yes, Garden of Inspiration. She says, all my life I had to fight. Yes, and I'm so proud of you. And Metro says, I believe in Marlene, and I can relate to this clearly. Amen. This message is for all of my motivators family that have had to fight. Fight to keep your head above ground. Fight to keep food on your table, a roof over your head. Fight to keep your sanity. Fight to not get incarcerated behind some people because they test you. Let me tell you, just because you may be a nice, a kind person, it doesn't mean that you don't get frustrated and you don't just want to, to some people, or, do one of those numbers. But just because we feel that way, we don't get stuck in that. We don't get stuck in that. When I say fighting, I don't mean literally physically fighting people, but I mean every day waking up and saying to yourself, Marlene, I give you the permission, or insert your name. Metro, I give you the permission. Garden of Inspiration, Tamika Davis, I give you the permission. Wellness with Frugal Mama. Hey, Sirius. Sirius as a Virgo from Georgia, I give you the permission to fight for your life. I give you the permission to fight, to dream, to be strong, and to never, ever give up. See, that is what I'm talking about. And a lot of people don't, until you have been through something in your life, until you've made a choice to say, I can stay down here and give up, or I can stand up and fight. And these are the ones that I'm talking to today. Fight for your life. Fight for your dreams. Fight for your hopes. And never stop going. When you hit a roadblock, when people disappoint you, when people stab you in the back, when people do all sorts of things to you, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. It's not a personal thing. The things that happen to us when people personally attack us, this is when we find out what we're made of. Were we who we are because are we who we are because of being with them, because in a romantic relationship, because of our relatives, because of our financial status? No, we are who we are just because of our personality. And I applaud each and every one of my motivators family for the strength from within, that fighting spirit. Keep on fighting for what you want and never give up. See, it's that determination to not throw your hands up in the air and say, I'm done. Mm-mm. No, that's not what we're going to do. We're not going to throw our hands up in the air and say, I'm done. No, we're going to say, no matter what, come what may, I will continue to fight for my dreams and I will fight to flight. Okay. So here is another point that I have. And what you call it, this quote is from C.S. Lewis. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. You're never too old to set another goal or a dream or a new dream. So that means this is our period for reinventing. Just because you had this dream and maybe you say, you know what? That wasn't the dream that I was supposed to have. Maybe it was the dream of your parents, your siblings, your relatives, people in your community. Or maybe because of your age, but now as you've gone through things, if you've had interaction with others, this is your opportunity to reinvent, to restart, and to get your dreams fired up. See, I want to put a fire under each and every one of you. I want you to wake up every single day and to be excited about your life, be excited about your promises, and saying, my future ahead is bright. I hope you're doing that every day, Motivators family. My future ahead is bright. I want you to remind yourself when you go through those dark periods, those low periods, okay? You're never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. So it means sometimes the dreams that we had, they were tied with certain individuals, and now you reinvent, okay? We can always reinvent and restart our lives. Reinvent, restart, and remind yourself, I'm worth it. I'm worth a new start. And give yourself that permission to say, today, I give myself permission for a reset, a restart. Maybe you were too tired, or you didn't like that dream, or maybe that dream wasn't specific enough for you to be able to get to your next levels of your dreams. But continue to fight. Remember that you are worth it. Okay? Remember that you are worth it. I want to remind you all of that. You are worth it. Okay. Yes. Hello to everybody who is in here. Yes, it's good to reinvent, and we're never too old to do that. That's right, Marlene. Waking up in a new day, and every day we tell ourselves that everything's going to be a great day, regardless of the situations. Yes, remember to share. Remember to share. Yes, Metro, you are worthy and you matter. You are valued. And many times we don't feel valued because other people do not validate us. So don't wait for other people to validate you. You have to believe that you are valuable. You have to believe in your value. You have to believe in your worth, and you have to speak it out into existence. Every day I wake up, every day I rise, I am valuable. I want you to, I'm telling you, if you do that for the next 30 days, your life is going to shift. Today I wake up and I speak into existence. I am valuable. I am special. I have meaning. I have a purpose. There is a reason why I exist, okay? And even if the people around you do not feel that you are valuable, it just may be that you didn't find your core people yet. You haven't stepped into your passions and started using your gifts, but it's still there. Gifts never go away. They just get buried sometimes. They get buried by life. They get buried by problems. They get buried by stress, but they're still there. But we got to dig down inside of ourselves and awaken it. Awaken your dreams, awaken your passion, and don't dim your light. So in fighting to flight, you have to remind yourself, and I like to tell myself, Marlene, you still are valuable, even if others did not value you. There's people who we have in our life and they didn't deserve to be there from the beginning. And I see those hearts. Thank you so much for the hearts and the emojis. I really and truly appreciate it. So don't think that you are not valued because other people do not validate you. The only one that validation that you need is self-validation. Don't forget to do that on a regular basis. I like to speak to myself. I take out a mirror and I look at myself in the mirror and I speak to myself and I encourage myself and I say, Marlene, you are valuable. Even if others don't see your value, but your value doesn't stop because they don't see it. Every day, wake up and validate yourself. Okay? I love me. I am somebody. Okay? Speak that into existence and don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. We need to claim our rightful place in this world. Whatever it is that you're good at, I want you to say, I am good at this. I am amazing. I am a talented woman, or I am a talented man. Validate yourself. Be confident. Believe in yourself, even when it seems bleak, even when we don't understand, even though we don't know the next step. But that's how we get to the next level, is first we have to believe in ourselves and start fighting for our life. Okay? Yes, serious. I'm valuable and helpful. You sure are. The next quote is by Tyler Perry, and it says, you can get 1,000 no's from people and only one yes. And that one yes can come from God. Okay? I didn't understand that before. I thought that all the no's that I get from people, it would get me so down. But I forgot that God had claimed me. He had said yes to me way before anybody else came in my life. From the moment you were born, God said yes. God said yes, and he believed in you, and he loved you before you even knew how to love yourself. So I want to give you that reminder. God has validated you. And that gets me choked up sometimes, because when I don't feel that support, that love, that encouragement that I desperately want from other people, I have to remember that sometimes people can't give you what you need. And you have to get that validation from above, because that's the only validation that matters. That validation from God can take you from anything, any pain, any hurt, anything that you have been through. God is your everything. And because God is your everything, there's nothing that he can't stop. He can unstop. He can open up anything that you need to. He can open up. He can close. He can elevate. He can grow you. There's nothing that God can't do for you. And I know I'm speaking to somebody today, because he was speaking to me. He said, give them this message. There's nothing that God can't do for you. He can heal your broken heart. He can cure you from a health problem if that's his will for you. He can make you open a business. He can bring people into your life just at the time that you need it. And also, God can close the door. Do you hear me? Sometimes we keep that door open too long, and God says he's been told you that door needs to be closed, but you don't want it to be closed because you're saying you love them. But God is saying they don't love you back. Do you hear me? I know that message was for somebody. I hope you take it in. Okay. Now, this is what I want to talk about, fighting to flight. Okay. And it is so true. You need a yes from God. You've got to tune out the naysayers. You've got to tune out those that are critics of you, those that hate on you, those who judge you, those who say, well, it will never work until, guess what? Until one day when it starts working. Then what do they say? Oh, that's my sister, that's my auntie, that's my friend, that's my this. See, people will only be on your side when they see that you're thriving. But when you're in that period where you're in that change, that transition, you're trying to find your footing, they're nowhere to hold you up and to support you, but that's okay because you have all the support that you need. You got all the support that you need. All you have to do is bow your head and say, Holy Spirit, I need you. Come in the room because I can't do this alone. I can't do it alone. And we can't do it alone, okay? So tune out the naysayers and learn to silence your inner critic because that's the voice that tells us we can do it. Okay, that inner critic. I mean, it tells us we can't do it when we haven't even asked God. Before you do anything in your life, says, God, is this your will for me? Do you want this for me or no? Should I move on? Is this a good person in my life? See, most of the time we do things backwards. We get into romantic relationships, we get into friendships, and we forget to inquire. We forget to inquire, God, is this person good? Is this person right? Is this my path? Or no, move on. And we don't meditate and wait for the answer. No, we're like, oh, I love them, or this is a good person. See, we need to inquire and meditate. Okay. Is this good for me? Is this right for me? Or should I move on? Okay. Yes, Garden of Inspiration says, I hear you and I see you, Marlene. Thank you so much. Yes, Sarah says, I'm a walking testimony. Yes, God is our answer, our Lord and Savior. God will answer all of our calls, and you get no busy signal, okay? No busy signal. Okay, so here we go. Pray for clarity and direction. Ask for help. Plan your steps. Plan your steps. See, most of the time we just we just jump in with our 2 feet and we don't know if we've jumped into the deep end. Romantic relationship, friendship, business. We just say, oh yeah, that's good. No, 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 no. First, you say, okay, you're putting in the work. Okay, what should I do? And then you inquire, you meditate, you pray, and then you get back and you put your prayer, the things that you've prayed for, the things that you've asked for. You can't just sit back and do nothing. See, you have to give God something to bless. Give him something to bless, and he will help you. Okay. Yes, I will continue to trust God in the process he has in my life. Amen, amen, amen. And Sarah says, I surround myself with people who serve a purpose and not a hindrance. Yes, yes. So what I've learned in this period of fight to flight, we have to learn to adjust, okay? We have to adjust our life and be flexible. There's going to be disappointments. There's going to be roadblocks. Hey, Frank, how are you? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing well. We have to adjust our life and be flexible and be prepared to sacrifice. See, I believe 100% what is worth having is worth fighting for. And that involves everything. That involves your relationships with all the people that you care about, all the people that you love. They should be willing to fight just as much as you are willing to fight for them. And when I say fight, I don't mean physically fight, but you have to fight in all relationships to maintain them. It's putting in the work, it's communication, it's support, it's encouraging one another. And it's not a one-sided thing. And I said a long time ago, probably about a year ago, that I was not going to keep fighting for people that did not fight for me. Who got that message? Stop fighting for people that won't fight for you, that won't stand up for you, that wouldn't come and pat you on the back give you a hug, consider you. If you're hungry, feed you a meal, give you some money for whatever it is that you need without you having to ask for it. See, for me, love is action. Love is an action word, not just a word that you say because it's the feeling that you have. It's in the doing, okay? It's in being there when a person has not even asked you to be there. That is love. See, I'm over the just the words only. The words only, that's easy. It's easy to say the words I love you. It's a whole nother thing to prove it. Prove it. You love, prove it. Love is shown. What kind of friend are you going to be? What kind of spiritual support are you going to be? What emotional support? How are you going to help me mentally and take some stress off of my mind, off of my heart? How are you going to be there? See, that's fight to flight. Most people, they will say that they care about people and they love them, but when, you know, things get that hard or you get your back against the wall or problems come in or life starts lifing, adults start adulting and there's situations that happen, where is the proof? The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the results, okay? The person is going through something. How are you there? How are you their support, their backbone when maybe they're not strong enough? See, that's fight to flight. And that's the only way that we can elevate in our life. If we have people that are only holding on and taking from us and using us, and they are never there to support, to encourage, to pray for you, to love on you, even when you don't ask them for, you don't need them in their life. They can exit. I don't want you around. I don't need those people in my life anymore. Before, I was never strong enough to speak up and to find my voice to say, first, I got to fight for me. I have to set some standards. I have to set the standards. You have to set the standards and boundaries. Don't wait for people to set boundaries and then you get hurt and in your feelings because they don't meet your expectations. See, we have to have our expectations. You have to set boundaries. You have to be mature enough and put in the work in order to get the results you want out of this life. I found that before I was doing things backwards. I was just waiting and expecting for people to show up for me, to love me, to understand, to be compassionate. No, it's the other way around. First, you have to know yourself. You have to put in some work into you, healing and fixing and saying, what is my passion? What is my personal light? What am I willing to do in order to have the life that I want? And putting in the work. And then you extend an olive branch to somebody else. Okay, you want to be a friend. Okay, you want to love me. But it's not that their love is going to complete me. I'm complete already. See, that's the difference. A lot of times we're waiting for other people to complete us or to fill in a void or to say or do something and then we'll be happy. No, first you have to fight for yourself. Fight to get to know yourself. Fight to break down all of the things that was said to us, the painful things when people told you were nothing, you were ugly, you were stupid, nobody would ever want you, or it's that rejection that you've gotten maybe from relatives or an ex, the abandonment, the jealousy, the negativity that sits with you. That doesn't go away just because that ended or because you got older or you moved away. Those things stay with us until we give ourselves the permission to break down those walls and to say, yes, I was hurt. Yes, they disappointed me. Yes, they abandoned me, but I will not fear. I will face it because it will not have power over me. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for my life. I'm going to fight to keep my mental health. I'm going to fight for my financial freedom and my financial elevation because it's up to me to do it. It's not who I'm in a relationship with. It's not for friends. It's not for family. It's for me. See, we personally have to know who we are. We have to know what we want and clearly define it. And then we can start adding other people in the equation. See, all along I was doing it wrong. I was waiting. I was waiting. I was waiting for people. Why won't they love me? Why won't they be my friend? Why won't they listen to me? Why won't they communicate with me? It's all up to us, Motivators family. We're the one that has to set the foundation, what we will accept and what we won't. And when we see something, we don't like it, we have to have the courage to say, even if they walk away, I'm fine with it because I'm good. I'm whole over here. There's certain people, they don't deserve to be in my life anyways because they don't deserve me. See, when you know you're the real thing, okay? When you know you're the real thing, you know you've put in work on in you, and you're like, yeah, I'm a pretty big deal. I am. I'm worth it. I'm worth the wait. I'm worth the sacrifice. I'm worth the time. I'm worth the effort and the energy because I know me and I love me now. And before I couldn't say that. And that's why people trample over you, disrespect you, because you don't know yourself yet, because you have not set boundaries and enforced them. People can't hurt you until you allow them to. That's a life lesson. Okay. Let's see what I see in the comments. I see a lot of comments here. And I sure says standards with priorities and balance. Shut the door on those that have crossed the line with a lot of disrespect. Yes. Sirius says, Proverbs 12:26, the righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray. Yes, I so agree, Sirius. Thank you so much for that. Yes, Metro says, I'm happy about me and ourselves, and we are all happy that we have in our life and continue reaching to our goals and journey. Yes, and this is the reason for the discussion that I wanted to have today. And I wanted to say to all my Motivators family, fight for your life, whatever that looks like for you. For some people, fighting for your life right now, fighting to fly. And fighting to fly is an example and an analogy in saying that we have to elevate over where we are currently vibrating. Sometimes we're vibrating at a low frequency. You know what I'm saying? We vibrate low because the people around us, their vibration is low, or because they want to be angry, or they choose to be negative, or because of the poor choices that they make. And because they don't have the confidence to believe that they can do more and do better, they stay stuck there. And because you associate with them, you get taken down and you can't elevate because they're not elevating. And I had to learn that for myself. I had to break ties with people who were not elevating, people who weren't doing anything with their life, people who kept making choices and they didn't care about your feelings. They don't care about that they were rude or disrespectful. They just like, oh, like you have to take it. Whatever they put out, you have to take it because you've been taking it and taking it and taking it. And one day you have that breaking moment and say, enough is enough. I don't know who's been there, is currently there, or is about to be there, but I'm telling you, when you get to that place, when you say enough, there's nothing anybody can do or say to make you change your mind. So this motivation today was talking about fighting for you. And this is a very serious message, and I say it from my guts. Okay. Fight for your life. Fight for your happiness. Fight for your peace. Fight for your mental health. Fight for your elevation. Fight for the promises and the dreams that you have. You're worth it. And the people who don't believe that you're worth it will keep running over you. And it's the reason why some people, they hate on you and they anger you because they hope to get you to go back and forth arguing with them because that makes them feel better about themselves. But you know what I say over here on Marlene Motivates? No response is the best response. Don't give them any fuel. Don't add any that lighter fuel to their, they want something so that they can, and that it can keep going and keep going. No, 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 no. Where there's no fuel, the fire goes out. So extinguish it. Let them keep arguing with themselves. Let them keep going on with the drama or whatever false narratives they want to believe. It makes them feel good. It strokes their ego. You just keep being the best you possible. And I wish you all peace. I wish you peace. I truly do. Siri says, I don't meet people where they are. If they want to be stagnant, that's where they will be. I'm moving forward. Yes, serious. And I've done enough of that in my life, meeting people where they are and they're here and you're there. And it's not like you're being egotistical, but you just are, because you've healed, you've grown, you've put in work, you think about decisions, you don't just jump into things. So it's not, that's just where you are, that's your level. And I had to learn to stop trying to pull people up, because I'm that sort of person. I always want to help other people, and I had to learn that kindness has limits. Yeah, my therapy taught me that. Yeah, very, very expensive life lesson for me is we can't keep thinking we're helping people by doing things for them, by being the good person or the supportive person in the relationship, and thinking one day they'll change. One day they'll do right for me. One day they're going to be there. One day they'll listen. One day things will work out. If it's not working, it's not working, family. It's not working. And I want for us all to come to that realization. When something is just not right, it's not right. Don't force it, okay? Don't force it, okay? Because the people who are supposed to be there, they will be there. The people who love you, you'll know it. It'll be not something that you have to wonder about. And it's not just the word thing. It's the ones that will show up for you when you can't show up for yourself. It's those times when you're down, when you're in a dark place, and just at that moment, they come and they put their arm around you. They wrap their arms around you with love, and they hug you, and they support you, and they encourage you, and they speak life into you. I'm so grateful that when I was at my breaking point, about 8 years ago, I had the best friends. I had the best support system when I was at my lowest. If you guys can imagine that. I lost my mother and my father back to back in 7 months. And I was at the lowest and the darkest space in my life. The lowest. And I had two best friends, and they wrapped their arms around me, and they prayed over me, and they loved on me. And I can even say when I was and I didn't even want to eat, they spoon fed me. And they said, no, 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 you're not going anywhere because you have something to do and be. And that's love. And I can never repay them for that. I can never repay the people who loved on me, and that's not even my blood. Sometimes people, we put too much energy into people being your blood relative, and you have people that would sacrifice their entire life for you, and you don't even claim them as your family. After that, I changed completely my definition of family. Family is who is there and support and encourage in your darkest hour. And I hope, okay? I hope that every single one of you find people like that in your life. I hope every single one of you find somebody in your life that will pour into you and will elevate you, and speak over your life and say, you're phenomenal. This too shall pass. So you shed your tears and you cry and you scream at the top of your lungs if you need to, whatever you need to do for your healing. And I found that during that time, when you get to that low period, it's all these things come into your mind. You feel worthless. You feel like nothing. You feel like nobody. And that's not true. You are somebody. We just go through situations. We go through tragedy. We go through disappointments. We go through backstabbing and jealousy and feelings of worthlessness. And we doubt ourselves. And sometimes the money is just not right, and you're like, can't I get my money right? And then you start being honest and self-reflecting and like, okay, because I'm wasting my money, I'm not budgeting, I'm not planning. Okay, so it's taking accountability and ownership. Take accountability and ownership for your life. If you do not do that for yourself, nobody is going to do it for you. So I had to go through that whole process of not blaming other people. And it's so easy. It's so easy to blame your ex and your parents, your auntie, your sibling, your this, your financial situation. It was a health. There's always an excuse, and there's millions of ones that we can make. But will you make the judgment call to say, it's my time to live and thrive? Okay? It's my time to live and thrive. And I'm going to put in the work into me. For the first time in my life, I'm at a space where I am so happy. And I thank God, because God is the only one that got me through this. Through my storms, my struggles, my backstabbing. It's a pain unlike no other when people hurt you. When you expect things and you don't get the results. You don't get the same energy that you gave out, and it hurts like, you guys know what the words are. But I'm still here. And that's what I want you to say to yourself. See, a lot of times people thought that you would break down, but they didn't know that you were who you belong to. They don't know your worth. See, they don't know what you're meant to be in the future. And I speak it over my life, and I speak it over your life. You have something to do. You have something to be. And I want you to claim it. Say, I have something to do, and I have something to be. All the naysayers, all the haters, all the jealous people, all the people who looked at you and they say you were nothing, and they ran over you and they wouldn't support you. When you needed $1, when you needed $5, $10, whatever it was, they weren't there. They weren't there. They weren't there. They laugh at you. They made fun of you. They talked about you behind your back and told everybody, oh, look at them. Look at them, and they laugh, and they think it's funny that you're in a low position. But what people don't know and understand is just how you have your low times. Look at me now. See, they thought that they could break you. They thought that they could break you. And then those same people, they come back, trying to come back on your side, talking about they love you. Give me another chance. Forgive me. No. There's no going back from the hurt and the pain that they bring to you. Okay? The amount of pain and hurt some people bring to us, they just would never get it and understand. Yes, thank you guys so much for the prayers. I really appreciate it. Oh, hi, my boy, bud. How are you? Welcome. Sarah says, you're right, Marlene. I'm a strong individual. My friends think because I don't need their support because I'm the one supporting them. Sometimes you just need a hug. There you go. And that's what a lot of people don't understand when we talk about fight to flight. People don't understand that the strong ones, check on your strong people. Just because a person is supporting others or that person may look put together, everybody needs some encouragement. Everybody needs a pat on the back. Everybody. There's not one person that doesn't need to be told, you're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. You're doing great. You're holding it together. Keep on going. Don't ever give up. So if nobody hasn't told you that today, hold your head up. Don't let anybody cause you to hold your head down. And I used to be embarrassed before because I didn't have two nickels to rub together, because of my financial situation, because I had been through certain situations, or because I was labeled this or that. People love to have a lot of things to say about you when you're going through something. People love to talk about you when you're going through something, but they don't understand. They don't understand the plans, the elevation, the personal growth. They don't know the things that you're doing in the background. They don't know you've been walking in silence. They don't know you've been down on your knees, making plans, making strides. They don't know you've been healing. They don't know you've been growing. You've been planning. And it's your time. See, you got to speak that out loud. It's my time. And I'm going to make a fight to flight. They don't know. They don't know, and they don't understand, and they don't care. All right? Don't let them get to you. Don't let other people get to you. Yes, Metro says, yes, stay strong and wise. We got this. You do. You got this, everybody. Yes, Miss Lynn, you have a purpose. Every single one of you has a purpose. Yes, Garden of Inspiration. He will never leave us. He will never leave you. God is always there. He is so faithful. Hey, Boss Life Online, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing amazing. Yes, I just have to say this. God is everything. Sometimes we forget. Sometimes I forget, and I need those reminders for my mentors, my accountability partners, my friends. We need to be reminded. Don't give up, because the odds seem to be stacked against you. See, like my good friend Boss Life Online always says, we give up right before our miracle. We give right. It's just about to happen for you. You're just about to win. You're just about to succeed. Okay, Metro, thank you so much. I'll catch you next time. We're just about to win. You're just about to get there, Motivators family. And you give up, you throw in the towel, and you say, this is too much for me. Don't give up right before your miracle. Don't give up right before your rescue mission. Don't give up just because other people have given up on you. Now, I'm speaking that from experience, because it's so hard when other people give up on you, when your plans didn't go the way you wanted it to go, and it hurt so bad because you wanted this so bad, but it wasn't right for you. It's not what you were supposed to do. It was not who you were supposed to be with. Okay? Let it go and release it. See, we have to release other people. We have to release the judgments. We have to stop being upset and angry with others and ourselves and live. Yes, live your life and give yourself, and say it out loud, I give myself the permission to fly. I give myself the permission to let go of all of the things that are holding me hostage, the thoughts in my head, the false narratives, the things that we say, I can't do this. It will never happen. I should have done this years ago. I'm too old. All of that. It's a lie. Hey, Realist, how are you? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing amazing. Yes, Boss Life, that is so true. Don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle, because it's about to happen for you. It's just about to happen right before you're going to experience your biggest win. Let me tell you, see, my mentor told me, my therapist told me, accountability partner, and they all say the same thing. So it aligns. People don't understand. People are going to stab you in the back. People are going to run over you. People are going to do all kinds of things to you right before you get to your elevation and your level, because That's the time when people stab you in the back and hurt you and disappoint you, don't show you support. That's when you really show what you're made of. Do you really want this? Do you really want it? Or are you going to give up? Do you really want it? Is it worth fighting for? Are you worth fighting for? How real are your dreams? Are they just something that you just say in your head and then you give up? Or have you written it down? Have you been specific? Do you give yourself a timeline? How long is it going to take for me to turn my dreams into my reality? 6 months? A year? 2 years? How are you going to get there? How much is it going to cost? Where are you going to live? See, that's being specific. That's making a plan and putting things into place so that you can get to where you're supposed to get. We can't just get there on a wing and a prayer. You got to put in the work. You have to fight for it. You got to abandon all the negatives, the negative things that other people have said, and also the negative things that we say to ourselves. You got to start telling yourself, I can do it. I'm the real thing. I'm worth it. Say, don't give up, just rest. That's one of the best things that I like to remind myself on a day-to-day basis. Don't give up, just rest. Just because we're tired, it doesn't mean stop fighting. That means get some rest. Rest yourself. Rest your body. Rest your mind. And then get up, refreshed, and get to that dream. Get to fighting. Get to hustling. Get to mentorship. Get to doing the things that you need to do. Okay? See, winning and success isn't just going to be put in your lap. You got to do that research. Have you gone to workshops? Have you worked on your craft? Now I'm really about to speak to somebody. See, I believe every single person has a talent. Are y'all listening? Turn up your volume. Every single person has a gift. Every single person. But it's up to us to believe it. It's up for us to encourage it. That means putting all the work. It means working on your craft, whatever it is. Encouraging, upping the quality, clapping for yourself, and also saying, how can I do this better? How can I make this better? And then not being upset, asking for feedback. Sometimes it's negative, but if you really want what you want, you won't be embarrassed when somebody says, you should do this. Try it, test it, and then you find out what's for you and what's not. And then you restructure the plan and you get back to fighting again. See, rinse and repeat. Fight, plan, rest, recharge, and then get up and fight again. See, we're the ones that have to say, I can do this. You're the one that has to say, I can do it. And it doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter your age. Anything that you want, you can do it. But it's about in here. Are you fully convinced of it? Are you? If you are fully convinced, then I want you to say that out loud. I'm fully convinced that I can do it. I'm fully convinced and I believe in my dreams. See, and that's when you go to the top of the mountain and you just jump off. You let go of the inhibitions. You let go of the judgments. You learn to face your fears. You step outside of the box and you do what you've never done, And I'll give you guys a little bit of an insight. Last week, I faced one of my biggest fears. I don't know about you all, but I think everybody has a fear of something. And one of my fears is I have the fear of heights. So I faced one of my biggest fears. I went on a high bridge and I walked across it. And I remember when I started walking across that bridge And I started to get like the anxiety, like a little bit of a panic attack, because that's my norm. That's what I'm used to. But in that moment, when I felt myself about to having that panic attack, I said, no. I said, little girl inside, I said, little Marlene, shut up. I said, we're not afraid anymore. We're facing our fears. Even when we're scared, we're going to walk through it and we're going to do it. And I did it. And I'm so proud of myself. And I'm going to keep doing more and more things like that. We'll never know how much we can succeed and how much miracles and blessings that we can have when we walk through our fears. Even when you're scared, you're trembling. I remember, I'll never forget that moment. Scared to death. But what is going to happen if we don't? Nothing. If you stay the same, you're always going to get the same. So I said I'm going to have to be uncomfortable a lot of times, in tears, angered, but you're still walking through it. And like I clapped for myself that day, I want you to have those moments as well. Those things that you're afraid to do, that vacation you're afraid to go on by yourself. Go by yourself. Plan it out. That's what I've been doing. Plan it out. Save your money and do it. You want to do something? Go for it. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. Oh, I don't have money. But then you go in and spending $20, $30 on fast food, or you're wearing by the latest, expensive brand of sneaker or purse or shoes. We can do things if we want to, if we plan and we make it plain. Write it down, set a goal, and then take off. Take off. Face your fears. Face your inner child. We can do it, And I'm so grateful to be able to, not only I say this to you, but I am facing my fears. With fear and trembling, I am Marlene Motivates, and I am your life coach. You're not going through this alone. Every day I wake up and I'm facing my fears and I'm breaking down the walls and all the little things that tell me that I can't do things. Every single time I hit this button and I go live, I'm facing my fear. Every single time I get uncomfortable by doing things like walking across the bridge, going up on the 100th floor of these powerful, big buildings, meeting with other entrepreneurs, facing my fears when I felt like I couldn't. But the only one that can tell you that you can do it is you. Is you. I applaud every single one of you, okay? We're strong and we're powerful, so fight to flight. Fight for your dreams and take off. It's all up to you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Siri says, a Garden of Inspiration says, yes, rest is vital. Boss Life Online says, I am fully convinced that I will get my dreams. Yes. Thank you, Sirius. Thank you, Gio. Yes, Marlene, sometimes you have to put the inner child in time out, and that's what I did. And you can do it too. So the next time you feel that fear and you want to back out, you want to run away, tell your little boy or the little girl inside of you to shut up. The adult one is here. I said the adult Marlene is here, and the adult Marlene is going to win. So get back, because we're going. Let's take off, Motivators family. We got this. We got this. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Hey, Liz, please check out the replay because I'm about to get out of here. I hope you're having a great and awesome day. And to all of my Motivators family, you know what I say over here. Just know it. Just breathe it. And be it. And live your best life. Keep your head up. You got this. Face your fears and go from fear to flight. I'm Marlene Motivates, and I am your life coach. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you won't miss any time that I go live. And make sure to check out all my amazing moderators: Garden of Inspiration, Boss Life Online, Realist One here, and all of even my non-content creators: Tamika Davis, Sirius S. a Virgo from Georgia. Check out all my mods. They're all amazing. They're all supportive, and you'll be so glad that you have their support and their amazing channels. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys on the next one.